Hey everybody. So today is going to be a short video, or I should say for this week it's going to be a short video. I've had some medical problems that have kept me from doing very much work, but wanted to take you over Project RAM 3500 a little bit more in depth. I think I've mentioned things here or there, but I want to explain it a little bit further. So here is currently what's left of the donor RAM. We've got the engine and transmission and all of the front clip off. We have stripped the cab because we are actually going to be removing this, and as far as our purposes go, this thing is scrapped now. You'll notice I cut out the top of the transmission tunnel where the shifter comes through. We'll get to that in a later episode. But where I really want to take you is under the truck. And this is going to be the most interesting and craziest part of the whole build. So, you've seen pictures and video of my 1-ton Ram 3500. That truck is a 2-wheel drive. This truck, as you can clearly see, is a 4x4. And my crazy idea, rather than try to build all the suspension parts and, you know, get everything just perfect to put a solid front axle in the front of my truck, what I'm going to do is actually cut this 4x4 frame at the factory welds, which is right here on the outside. Then they have it kind of sandwiched under different plates under here. And on the inside, ow, let's see if I get that to focus a little bit better. On the inside, just behind the transmission crossmember mount, is welded here. And to be honest, any one of these welds is not really that great. So I'm really not concerned about being able to re-weld it as well as the factory, because I think it would be actually really hard not to. But anyway, that is the most complicated part of the process that's going to be happening. I apologize for the camera tipping all over. I'm going to be trying to crawl around a little bit. So the other part of the plan is the back half of this truck I'm going to turn into a trailer, and I'm actually planning on keeping this fuel tank in place as a reserve tank, and possibly look into, of course, removing all that exhaust over there, but mounting another one on the other side so that I can have a tank for gasoline and a tank for diesel, because both of the vehicles I own use both fuels. My 1-ton is obviously a diesel. My off-road toy is gasoline, at least for now. I apologize if you can hear the little pitter-patters going on. It's starting to rain, which is kind of odd this time of year where we are at, but under the tent it makes it a little bit louder. Anyway, so the next step of the process, beyond removing the cab and cutting the frame, is I want to completely rebuild that front end. You know, bearings, bushings, everything, before I bother going to put it in my truck. I want to make sure we tear everything down, find anything we may not be aware is, you know, horrible, before we get into taking my truck apart. As we sit right now, we don't really have a budget for parts or rebuilding anything, so I'm not quite sure at what stage we'll be picking this back up. The next episode may just be finishing tearing the truck apart, cutting the frame off, and blowing apart the front end. I don't think we can get any farther on that project than we are right now. As I've stated before, we don't have sponsors. We don't get paid for any of this as of right now. So we just kind of have to do it as we can. But I'll be coming up with some content to keep you guys entertained, hopefully in the intermediate times where we don't have any big projects happening. But other than that, thank you for staying with us, and We'll try to keep you happy. Have a good one. As our budget dictates, which